Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will see function overloading in C++. So first try to understand what is function overloading is. Function overloading is nothing but multiple function can share a same function name. In C++ only it is possible to give same function name for multiple function, that is for one and more functions we can use same function name. Even though the function name is same for multiple functions, but it must differ in list of arguments. That means for every function, even though the function name is same, either total number of arguments should be different or types of arguments should be different, or it must be differ in both total number of arguments as well as in types of arguments. At the time of function call, the correct function will get invoked depend upon the number and the types of argument. It will not differ by the return type of the function. The selection of the function will never depend upon the return type of a function from the list of functions whatever you have overload. Overload function is available in C++, not in C. So this is advanced feature provided in C++. Function overloading is also called as function polymorphism. Here we can see some examples. So some functions, basically first we have to see why it is required. So sometimes it may happen that we want to perform similar type of calculations within the function, only the parameters whatever we are passing, it may be of different types or it may be of different in numbers. So for that, the same function name can be used for multiple functions. In related code we can write within the function definition. For example, here 5 times I have written add function, that means add function is overloaded 5 times. Excuse me. So here in first function prototype, in first declaration, name of the function is add. Everywhere the name of the function is add, and because of that it is called as overloaded. So in first function add, there are two parameters in argument list. Both of these parameters are of type integer. Definitely I want to use this function add to add two integers, and return value for this will be integer. Second prototype is written with three parameters, that means I am declaring second function add, but here the total number of parameters are 3 and all these are of type integer. Return type is integer. Even though both of these functions names are same, argument list is different. Here 2 parameters of integer type, here 3 parameters of integer type. As per the rule, we are maintaining the rule over here while overloading the function. Again, one more type add function is overloaded. Let us consider here I want to add two double number. So two parameters, two arguments, double are passed, double A, double B. Return type is also double. One more time add is overloaded. Function name add. Number of parameters are 2 but the types are different. Here integer A, double B. This combination is coming only once in overload. Here integer integer, here double double, now here int and double. So combination is not coming repeatedly, that means as per the rule, either the number of parameters or the types of parameters or number as well as types of parameters should be different. In that case only it will consider as a separate function. One more time, add function is overloaded. So double, return type is double. We are adding here double and b, but the sequences, first argument is double and the second argument is integer. So as sequence is different, even though there are two parameters, but the sequence is unique, double A and int B. So why this rule is met? So when the function call is given, there should be unique match found within the function prototype. There should not be ambiguity. So if these are the functions which are declared, that means these are the function prototype, let us consider somewhere the function code is written, but here we will concentrate only on the function prototype. Later in a program in detail we will see the definitions and the complete program execution. So depend upon the function prototype, when the function will get called, which function will get invoked, that depend upon the function prototype. That means as we have already seen in function prototype lecture, if you want to refer, in description box I will provide the link. So add cout at 1.2, 2.5. Here it invoke the function add with two parameters. First is double as well as second is double. So at the time of function invoke, so at the time of compilation, compiler will check whether this add function is available with the combination of parameters double and double. So here the perfect match is found. Double add first parameter, in the third prototype, double add double A comma double B. This is the perfect match which is found to the function call, and at the time of function invoke, this function will get called. So always it will try to find the perfect match for the number of arguments and the type of arguments in function call with the function prototype. So at the time of compilation it is checked, and at the time of execution the related function will get executed. For the second statement, cout at 4.6, 7. Again here are two arguments. First argument is double, second argument is integer. So at the time of compilation, compiler will check out of these 5 add functions, 5 prototypes, which prototype having add function name, first parameter is double and second parameter is integer. And here for the fifth one, here the perfect match is found. So second call is matching with fifth prototype, and at the time of execution this function definition will get executed. For third statement, cout at 3, 6, 2. Here for this function call add function, there are total 3 parameters, 3 arguments. All of these 3 arguments are of type integer. So for this, compiler will check which function is suitable to encounter the function at the time of execution. So here second prototype int add int A, int B, int C. This is perfect match. For third statement, for third statement, this prototype is perfect match and it will get selected, it will get encountered at the time of execution. For fourth statement, cout at 5.5, 1. First double, second integer. That means here it will search for, compiler will check for the function having first parameter as double, second parameter as integer. Again the match is found for the fifth prototype, and here it will call fifth function definition at the time of execution of the function. So here is a perfect match found. The next, at 2, 5, there are total 2 parameters, 2 arguments. Both of these arguments are of type integer. So the perfect match is for the first prototype, int a, int b. Both of these are of type integer, and so both of these are of type integer. So here is perfect match. So as at the time of execution, the definition of add a, b will get executed. So this is at the time also how the match is found at the time of function call, how the compiler works, how it uses function prototype. So here is one example. Now let us see the functions, how the functions are selected, function selection steps. First, exact match. Wherever there is a function call for the overloaded function, it always check for exact match, just whatever we have seen now. So if it is function with 2 parameters, suppose integer, it first always check whether there any function which is having the exact match for the argument integer like this, and if it is found, the related function will get invoked. So always it will check for the perfect match. Remember, perfect match should be unique, should be only one, otherwise it will throw an error. And also remember that whatever the function call is given, selection of the related function from the overloads will never depend upon function type, that is function return type. So as just we have seen these examples, here just arguments are compared, no problem about the return type. What are the return type will be there, it is checking only for the number and the types of arguments, that's it. Okay, so first it will try for exact match. Let us consider if exact match is not found, how should function call is given. So for that, implicit promotions are tried, like character to integer, or it can be from float to double. So we can say here add 1.2, 2.5. These are floats. So you can say these are floats. So implicit promotions are applied, and 1.2 is considered as double, 2.5 is considered as double, and for the match add double. This third prototype is matched and it is invoked. So third possibility, if implicit promotions are also not possible, so it will try for built-in conversion. For example, let us consider one function. There is one function which is having parameter suppose double, second function having again a single parameter which is overload, that is long, and at the time of function call you are passing suppose integer. But here you have to always care that function call should given only to one function at a time. It should be unique, as integer can be converted as per the built-in conversions. Integer can be converted in float, as well as it can be integer can be converted in long, as well as it can be converted into double, so there can be ambiguity. But this possibility is also tried with built-in conversions. So if exact match is not found, it will try for implicit promotions. If it is also not working, it will try for built-in conversions. And if it is also not working, it will try the combination of implicit conversion and built-in conversions to find the perfect match, or to give a function call to appropriate function from the overload. So mostly that can be the fourth option may use with class and objects. Okay, so this is theory part of function overloading in C++. Let us see one small program where we will actually implement this function overloading. Let us consider here we have declared three prototypes: volume, volume, volume. So first, these all are the prototypes. I write here function prototypes. Okay, in first prototype, name of the function is volume, return type is integer, one argument, that is of type integer. Second volume function, return type double, having two parameters, first is double, second is integer. Third volume function, return type is long, having three parameters, first is long, second integer, third integer. So these all three functions, you can say these are function prototypes for overloaded functions. Overloaded functions. So in main we give function call, and let's see which function call or which function should get execute at the time of function call. So here volume 1, we are calling one volume function. So volume in bracket I am giving value as 10. Second volume in bracket 3.5, 8, two parameter. First parameter is float, second is integer. Third volume function, third time volume function is called with three parameters 2, 3, 4. When the first time volume function is called, it is having only one argument. So it will get checked with the function prototypes available over here. So out of these three, first volume function having a single parameter with value argument as of type integer. So that means our first statement volume 10 will call first function, that is volume int. Whereas second line volume 3.5, 8, here we are calling volume function with two parameters. First function is 3.5, first argument as 3.5, second 8, that is combination of float and integer. Out of these three, no function actually having the combination float and integer. But as we have seen implicitly 3.5 can get converted into double. So the match can be, possible match will be volume double int. So second statement will call second volume method with double int parameters. So third volume 2, 3, 4. So here three parameters of type, parameter types are long, int and int. Here it is integer, integer, integer. So as out of these three, only one volume function having total three parameters. Parameters are long, int and int. So int and int, these are matched over here. 3 is integer, 4 is integer, but 2 can be considered as integer, or implicitly it can be converted into long also. So third volume method will call third function, third method of volume. Remember these three are overload. So now look at the code for volume. Int volume int s. So this volume function here we will use to calculate volume of a cube. As we know that for cube, length, width and height, it is all these sides of having the same length. So the volume equation, volume of a cube equation is side cube. So written side cube, as all sides are same, a single parameter is sufficient. So when we call volume 10, here it perform the calculations 10 into 10 into 10, that is equals to 1000, and it will give answer here as volume 1. We are simultaneously doing hand run. Volume 1 equals to 1000. Second volume function we are using to calculate volume of a cylinder. So the equation is pi r square h. So where r is radius of a cylinder, h is height of a cylinder. So only two parameters are required. So first parameter is considered as radius. So formula is written 3.14 into r into h. H is height. So if we are passing these values 3.5 and 8, that means here we are calculating the volume of cylinder, and this volume of cylinder will be calculated like this: 3.14 into 3.5 into 3.5, that is pi r square into h. And what are the calculations will be? That will get written over here. So here you will get output of volume 2. We will see later what are the calculations. Okay. For next line, volume 2 in 2, 3, 4. So for that, as we are calling volume, third volume function. So these are having three parameters, that is L for length, B is for breadth, H for height. It is used for the volume of rectangular box, and the equation is written L into B into H. As here we are passing values as 2 into 3 into 4, that will be equals to 24, and here you will get answer as volume 3 equals to 24. So this is our hand run. So let us see. I save this, I compile this, and I execute. See, volume 1, this was for volume of a cube, it is 1000. Second, we had not written the manual value while hand run. it is coming 307.72, that is volume of a cylinder, and volume of a rectangular box is 24. So here, as just I have explained, this volume 1 it is for cube, this is for cylinder, that is 307.72, that is 307.72 it was coming. And third function is used to call rectangular box volume. So as per our expectations, related methods from overload volume are called, and we are getting appropriate results. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. Keep watching.